Hey there, it's your friend Brian Webb. We're going to take a look at the broad market of what's going on in the real estate world, as well as what happened in 33647 in the month of January. Let's dive in. All right, prognosticators, Nostradamus, that's the right way to say it. Anyway, have all made their predictions for housing price growth in the year 2026. These numbers are nationwide and are not necessarily what's going to happen here. And it's not necessarily what's going to happen anywhere, but it is a bunch of smart people putting their heads together and coming up with their predictions. And you see the average price growth of 1.4% over the course of this year. I've got something to share at the end of the video of what happened in December in our local market, and you might be surprised. A little hook to get you to watch. You might again be surprised. I saw this graphic while ago, and I thought it was pretty interesting. Wanted to share with you that the number of homeowners with a 6% or higher mortgage rate have surpassed those with 3% or lower. The low, cheap interest rates that were a result of the pandemic have kind of been eroded. The effects of that, as people both now that have to move for whatever reason, job change, family change, whatever, and those who want to move and have built up a large amount of equity over the, maybe since 2019, uh, they're in a position where they can make a change in housing, and that people are starting to do that. So, a fascinating little detail, and this will only change as we go on into the future as more people move out of a home where they may have locked in a low rate and into something different. Now, people have been clamoring, doom and gloomers, for quite some time about the market is going to crash. Here it is. It's any day now. And the data just doesn't support it. So, this is a chart from a wide swath of our area: Pasco, Hernando, Hillsborough, Pinellas counties, hundreds of thousands of homes and properties. And you see the number of closings for traditional foreclosure and short sale, and really the foreclosure and short sale closings are just a fraction of traditional sales. No meaningful real impact whatsoever in these types of sales. I remember foreclosure is both a process and an event. So foreclosure starts are different than foreclosure sales. So that's something to consider. But the number of sales that are both short sale and foreclosure are very, very low, and frankly, insignificant, except of course for the people that are going through the hardship there. But a real meaningful impact on the market, not there. All right, did a little color coding here for you, and the white numbers are January, the red is February, and I wanted to show you what happened the month over month in the active. We'll go active, pending, sold here as we go over the next few slides. So active homes in 33647, again, single family only, slight decrease in days on market, slight increase over the median list price, a couple percent there. So let's take a look at what's pending. Man, if you could put your finger on the pulse of what's going on, like we tried to do at in our company at our office, you would see that this is absolutely what's going on. Number of homes under contract in January. Now, true, is coming off what's typically a slow month in December, but December was really active as well. So January, my buyers are coming really out of the woodwork. I have more buyer clients personally this year at this stage than I did really until June, really the summer of last year. Part of that is the fact that interest rates are declining, uh, dipped under 6% as an average in the month of January, hovering about 6.1 right now. Um, but again, interest rates are highly personal depending on your situation, your credit, and things like that. I have a couple buyer clients who are getting rates at about 5.5% right now. So anyway, this is definitely, we feel this kind of surge in activity. You see the median days on market for the pending homes down, the median list price up for homes that were under contract, went under contract in the month of January compared to December. And finally, single family homes. Before we get into the surprising year over year stats for our market, take a look at the numbers here. And the median sold price, that's a big dip. It's not indicative of any kind of market correction or anything like that. more so the type of property, the size, and uh, all of those factors. So not a real correction by any means, especially as we get into this next bit of info, which might be surprising to you. Let's take a look. Now, if you get my newsletter, you have seen this chart before. I sent it out. I sent in my last one. It goes out every 2 weeks. I try to get good information out to the public. That's you, so you can make informed decisions or just stay on top of what's going on. So this chart shows December and June home prices and list to sell ratio inventory for from 2021 through December 2025. So 5 December's worth. And oh my goodness, look at that jump from December 2024 to December 2025, a 7% increase in the average sales price. That is significant. We had been bumping along kind of really the previous 5 months. So November over November, October, year over year. And really, I think all 5 of those months had negative year over year price changes. So here we have December, which is typically a slow month, except it wasn't, and prices went up 7% from the previous year. This is not a trend. It is a 1 month thing. We will probably see prices go down from this 512 average sales price in January once the numbers come out for that, because it's what happens every January. There are typical ebbs and flows in the market. We can see the patterns, we can predict what's going to happen, but we definitely want to keep track of the data so that we can advise clients on what they might want to do. What you can't see behind my little bald head there is the months of inventory for December 2025 was about 4.4, still low, and still really just a good, healthy housing situation for our local market. This is not 33647 only. This is MLS wide, so it covers a wide swath of area, but it is good information and it is a good indication of what's going on out there. All right, so that's a quick snapshot of what's going on in your zip code. If you have questions about anything that you've seen, want to get my newsletter, you can contact me at the number and the address above. Reach out. Happy to bring clarity to a process that sometimes can be confusing and a little overwhelming. So I know every individual situation is just that, it's individual. And so I love really sitting down with people, talking through what your goals are, what their goals are. Feel free to pass my name on or reach out yourself if you have any questions. Hope you have a great month and we'll see you soon. Bye.